Bonjour, je suis Melik Özden, directeur du CETIM. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler de DESC et le DESC.
Greetings, everyone. When we speak about economic, social, and cultural rights, also referred to as ESCR, we are talking about, for example, the right to food, the right to housing, the right to health, the right to education, among others. Civil and political rights, also referred to as CPR, on the other hand, refer to freedom of opinion and expression, the right to information, the right to justice, etc. ESCR and CPR are already recognized in international human rights norms and standards. These rights have been revisited and adapted based on the living and working conditions of peasant communities and are now included in the Declaration on the Rights of Peasants and other people working in rural areas. As we have seen, it should be pointed out that the Declaration also contains new and specific rights for peasants that should be classified as economic, social, and cultural rights, with the exception of the right to participation, Article 10, and non-discrimination against rural women, Article 4, which contain both ESCR and CPR. We have developed specific training sheets on the new rights included in the Declaration, for example, the right to land, right to seeds, etc. I'm now going to give you a quick presentation of other rights that we have grouped together in two fact sheets on ESCR and CPR. Let's start with the economic, social, and cultural rights. Well, I'm not going to present all the ESCR, as that will take up a lot of time, but I will list them instead. The right to natural resources, Article 5, the right to water and to water supply and sanitation systems, Article 21, cultural rights and the right to traditional knowledge, Article 26, the right to health and traditional medicines, Article 23, the right to work, Article 13, the right to a safe and healthy work environment, Article 14, the right to housing, Article 24, and the right to education and training, Article 25.
Voici trois exemples pour illustrer les nouveautés et progrès pour les paysans en termes de droits.
Three examples to illustrate the novelties and progress for peasants in terms of rights. 1. The right to water, Article 21, covers not only drinking water and personal hygiene needs, but also agricultural production, livestock rearing, fishing, etc. 2. The right to health, Article 23, includes new rights for peasants to use and protect their traditional medicines and to maintain their health practices, including access to and conservation of their plants, animals, and minerals for medicinal use, Article 23.2. 3. The right to a safe and healthy working environment, Article 14, gives peasants the right to, among other things, work in conditions that ensure occupational safety and health, and participation in the formulation and implementation of measures to guarantee these rights. In other words, peasants and workers in rural areas have the right not to be exposed to or use dangerous products, Article 14.2. For more information, I invite you to read the fact sheet number 10 on ESCR, which contains an overview of these rights. Now let's move on to civil and political rights. With regard to CPR, I'm not going to present all these rights to you either, as that will take up a lot of time, but instead I'm also going to list them. The right to equality and non-discrimination, Article 3, right to life, liberty and security of person, Article 6, freedom of thought, opinion and expression, Article 8, Freedom of Association, Article 9, Right to Information, Article 11, Freedom of Movement, Article 7, Right to Justice, Article 12. Three examples to illustrate the new developments and progress for peasants in terms of CPR. 1. Paragraph 1 of the second part of Article 9 states that peasant organizations shall be independent and voluntary and free from any interference, coercion, or repression. According to paragraph 3 of Article 9, states must encourage the creation of peasant organizations and remove obstacles to their establishment, development, and legitimate activities. These are extremely important elements for peasant organizations, given that in several countries they are fiercely repressed. 2. Article 7 on freedom of movement obliges states to cooperate in resolving cross-border land issues. For example, nomads and shepherds practicing transhumance on routes that predate the demarcation of borders must be able to continue to do so freely. Article 17.3. 3. The agro-industry excludes peasant men and women from the market, partially because of the certification system. Paragraph 3 of Article 11 requires states to take measures to promote access by peasants to a fair, impartial, and appropriate system of quality assessment and certification of their products at the local, national, and international level, as well as their participation in the elaboration of such a system. For more information, I invite you to read the fact sheet 11 on CPR, which contains a summary of these rights.